Good evening and welcome to TV 50's broadcast of Geneseo Green Machine Football. We're into week 5 already, and tonight for homecoming, Geneseo is going to host Rock Island Alleman. Hi everyone, Lauren Lemke with Pat Mitchell and Bob Pettit for our broadcast tonight. 30 minutes behind schedule thanks to a little lightning strike here. We hope the weather stays off to the south and we can get this game in as planned. So Geneseo last week lost to Sterling, their first loss of the season. They're now 1-1 in the Western Big Six. Meanwhile, Rock Island surprised Moline, and now they're 1-1 in the Western Big Six after starting the season 0-3. Kickoff coming up in less than 2 minutes. So kind of a bounce back game here tonight, Pat, for the Green Machine.
Right, it's going to be we always talk about how you want to establish the run and stop the run. We didn't do a very good job last week of stopping the run. Alleman, on the other hand, went to the air against Moline, having over 200 yards throwing. So it'll be really interesting to see. The big thing in my mind is before you stop the throwing, you better stop the run or they're not going to have to throw. So it's really interesting. I know we have a couple guys dinged up this week and won't be playing, but next man up mentality.
We had some rain here throughout the day, and Bob Pettit, tell me about the field conditions. How are they going to hold up tonight?
Well, yeah, that turf is slick. It's not a muddy track, but it's a slick track, and then usually that affects the air game more than it does the running game. But it's not too bad. There's no rain coming down now. That's still a possibility, as witnessed by the delay we just had. And they're coming on the field, and we're going to find out how slick it is.
We're going to see that Geneseo defense to start. Alleman is set to receive the opening kickoff here tonight as both teams take the field. We'll get you the starters as they come out on the field on defense. But right now, the ball is on the tee, and Logan Hansen will be set to kick off to the south end zone. Cloudy skies, temperature in the upper 70s, high humidity for homecoming 2019. Here's the approach. And this one's going all the way back into the end zone for a touchback. Bounces into the middle school section. And we'll see the Alleman offense come out here tonight. Last week they defeated Moline 31-28. Kind of got a 2-quarterback system going on. So we'll see who opens things up here for the Pioneers against the Geneseo defense that will play a 3-4 tonight.
I know they had a couple 70-plus pass touchdowns. What routes are ran, I'm not sure. But like I said, we'll make sure we stop the run first.
Alleman's going to start at the 20-yard line after that touchback. Quarterback in the pistol formation. Handed off to the lone running back. Straight ahead play. Started off simple here against the Geneseo defense. The 4-yard gain out to the 24-yard line.
Had quite a pile there stacked up, and the pile just kept moving. It looked like he was going to get about a 1-yard gain. It turned out to be 4. Nice little push by the Alleman line.
Second down, Pioneers.
Zach Carpita will start at quarterback for Alleman. He's a junior at 6'1", 185. Connor Shipman, the nose guard tonight for Geneseo. The defensive tackles, Cole Graddert and Gavin McGuire. Second down and 6. Handoff. And Geneseo plugs that up after a 1-yard gain out to the 25.
Right, this is what we saw Sterling attempt last week. Sterling, towards the end of the game, was getting a big push. Not as big a push this week. I'm sure that was a focus for the Maple Leafs this week during practice.
A couple linebackers out for Geneseo tonight from last week. Dominic DeBoeuf and Jonathan Maxwell will start again at linebacker, but we got Bruce Moore in. He's a junior in the middle linebacker position. And then we have a freshman, Connor Helke, wearing number 45. And he gets his first varsity start as a freshman tonight. Third down and 5 for Alleman. Minute into this one. And we've got a timeout taken by the Pioneers. An early timeout stops the clock. 10:42 to play in the scoreless first quarter.
With the freshman, you don't see a freshman up on the varsity very often, especially starting. So it'll be really interesting to see Connor get his feet wet and see how he reacts to the big stage.
Because of the schedule switching that we've had going on this year, we've seen him here before the varsity games, and he's a good player. You just didn't expect him to jump this quick, but the injuries kind of caused that. You don't see a timeout this early in the game very often either, but it's a big play. You hate to say it's a big play this early in the game, but 3rd and 5 if the Leeds can hold them, they get that football back.
We have this timeout. We'll tell you about the rest of the secondary for Geneseo. Nathan Beneke, a junior, is going to start at safety. The free safety is Rylan Coons, and the cornerbacks are Anthony Pierce and Tannen Rink. So probably a passing situation here for the Pioneers. They're in their white uniforms, green helmets on 3rd and 5 from the 25. Long count. They're going to keep it on the ground, try to pop it to the outside. Gets around the end, but Geneseo stands him up at the 29, and it'll be about a yard short of the first down.
Oh, that took a while to get him down. Took about 8 guys.
All right, but you did. The key is they did get him down.
They got it done.
Got it done. So
it just looked like he was going to wiggle loose the way that was bouncing around in there, but 4th and 2.
So Pioneers come out with 3 straight runs. They end up 2 yards short of the first down. They'll have to punt to Geneseo with Pierce back along with
Mason Jones,
number 27. Punt going towards Jones at about the 40. Loses the catch. Ball is on the turf and bouncing around. I think Geneseo got back on it at the 41 with number 33.
That's DeBoof all over that ball.
Right. With
that could have been disastrous.
Right. With that, he made the initial muff, but then he tried to pick it up after that instead of just getting on it. That's the type of thing where once you make that initial muff, let's just get on it and live to play another day.
So starting from the 41-yard line with 9:55 to play in the first quarter. No score. First possession for Geneseo tonight. Joe McConnell in at quarterback. Senior. His brother, or Joe is the center. Jacob is the quarterback. And they'll hand it off to the fullback, Mosier. First down run over midfield. Lost the football. Alleman picks it up and running to the end zone, but they did blow the whistle as Alleman goes into the end zone.
Wow.
Boo, say the Alleman fans.
That's going to be interesting to see if they call dead ball after the strip or momentum was stopped. We'll see what they end up calling. Looks like
it can't be Alleman's ball, because if they called it down, Geneseo never recovered after it was down, so it had to be dead offensively.
I was thinking like a inadvertent whistle.
So the replay.
Yeah.
There was 2 officials came running in, pointing down.
You betcha.
It's a 9-yard run for P.J. Mosier, and it's 2nd and 1 at midfield. Fake to Mosier. This is Mason Jones out to the 49 of Alleman. And looks like a first down for Geneseo from the way we're looking at it, straight on. And there's the signal.
Alleman's running what looks to be a 5-3. They got 8 men in the box. Obviously, their first goal is to stop the run. We'll see if we can find the linebackers. That's what they're doing upstairs here. See if they can find the linebackers biting on people.
Geneseo down to 15 seconds on the play clock. They're trying to get some different personnel in, and they're going to have to hustle to get this play off, as they have not got the play into the huddle. Now quickly up to the line on 1st and 10 with 5 seconds on the play clock. And just get it off. They'll toss it back. This is Hofer coming this direction. Puts his head down, gets some contact after a 2-yard run to the 47-yard line. Kyle Hofer with his first carry tonight.
Right, they just kind of looked off, from the start. Had to hurry up to the line of scrimmage, and there wasn't a normal rhythm that we would have there. So looks like we're getting the play in a little sooner this time. Everything's set to go.
They had 9 up tight on that one. They're really going to attack the line of scrimmage defensively. They had 5 on the line and 4 backers just right on their shoulders.
Brennan wages out wide to the left on this 2nd down and 8. McConnell, pass over the middle. It's caught. Van der Woestijn down to the 30-yard line goes Nathan Van der Woestijn, the big tight end, and it's a first down for Geneseo at the Alleman 29.
Right, running a little drag pattern after the little bootleg action. Across the middle, made the catch, gets another 6-7 yards after that. That's a big target to throw to.
It's also hard to defend with two players back and three offensive players. I don't think that's fair. What do you think?
Van de Woestijn, Nathan has his third reception of the season. Geneseo inside the 30-yard line on 1st and 10. It's Mosier trying to find a seam up the middle. Gets a yard to the 28.
You'd hope that pass play would open things up just a little bit, but they still stay tight.
All right, PJ that time using that little jump step like he did on the first play of the ball game to get him 9 yards. That time Alleman was more prepared for it and filled up the hole a lot quicker.
Right side of the offensive line for Geneseo. The guard is C.J. Darnell. The tackle, Rob Stoll. On the left side, Cole Graddert starts at guard. The tackle is Colton Minton. 2nd down and 8. 3-yard run to the 25 will be 3rd and 5 for Geneseo with 7:15 to play in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Geneseo on their opening touch tonight.
Little 24 counter action. Got to get them a couple yards. Misdirection, see if you're getting the linebackers flying a little bit.
And at the ball at the 26-yard line of Alleman, they actually have 4 downs to get this thing in first down territory. But they still like to pick up a nice one on 3rd down. 4th and short minimum.
Double wing set here for Geneseo. Motion by Mason Jones, and they'll give it to Mosier, the fullback. He's got room to run. 1st down inside the 20, inside the 15. Finally brought down at the 13. They said he fumbled the ball before he was down, and Alleman has come up with it at about the 12.
Yep, he sure did. That ball popped out before he hit the ground. So, we're going to have to. It's nice. It's confidence. You move the ball there, but going to have to take care of the football a little better.
Well, we're starting to get an answer for your question, Lauren. It's a little bit wet out there, maybe, and Alleman looks like they're coming after the ball.
Second time tonight they've actually got the football away from Geneseo. First one was blown dead. This one, Geneseo turns it over inside the 15. Quarterback keeper on this 1st down play for the Pioneers. Short run to the 15 as Geneseo is able to converge on the quarterback quickly.
Right, I'm not totally sure. It looks like he's reading a defensive end, but he fakes to the up back that's with him, and then follows behind a leading wing back. Personally, I think that's designed the whole way for the quarterback.
Freshman Connor Helke with the tackle. No freshman game tonight because of the weather. They'll play, I believe, tomorrow as we're halfway through this first quarter. No score between Geneseo and Alleman. Pioneers have it 2nd down and 8 from their own 15-yard line. Motion behind the quarterback. Read option, and he's going to be taken down for a loss on the play back at the 12.
That's well done. Whoever was supposed to have the quarterback, designing the quarterback, did a great job on that. Just got to be careful, make sure we have somebody on the wing back as well, the pitch back.
Rob Stoll, number 57, came in there, kind of blew that play up, and was able to get some help from the rest of his teammates. Now it's 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers. They're backed up to the 13-yard line. 2 receivers out to the near side. They're looking this way. Quarterback flush from the pocket will roll out. He's got room to run down the sideline as he stretches out. Looks to be short of the 1st down.
He was diving for the stake, but he'd been out for 4 yards. It looked like he was actually reaching the ball towards the 1st down stake, but he had apparently stepped out about 4 yards earlier.
So Geneseo's looking to get some good field position out of this, as Alleman's going to have to punt the football away on 4th and 4 from their 19. Mason Jones and Anthony Pierce.
Let's see what that slick football does on this snap. Good snap.
This one's going to come towards Pierce, and he's going to watch it bounce about the 50, and Alleman's going to down it right at midfield. So no score as Geneseo comes back out on offense. 4:46 to play in the first quarter. Homecoming tonight in Geneseo.
Right, you don't change what you're doing the first series because you had success down the field. I mean, that's one of those drives where you stopped yourself. It wasn't necessarily Alleman stopping you, but you stopped yourself. So we'll see if we can get it back on track.
I know they got a different fullback in for this series as Mosier is on the sideline. So Dominic DeBouf's going to be in at fullback to start this series, and they'll run a sweep play with Hofer. Hofer shakes off a tackler, and he slips through, gets out to about the 42-yard line.
That's a very nice job by Kyle Hofer. Looked like the defensive back was coming up to get the big hit, and it just bounced off Kyle. Very nice job.
It took everything he could do to hang on to that football and through that hit. Very good.
Gave him a little
picked up 8.
Shoulder shake, and
the football actually looked like it was going in the wrong direction, but he hung on to it.
I think this is the first time we've seen Dominic a fullback this year.
2nd down and 2 for the Green Machine from the Alleman 42. Second time they've been past midfield tonight. Mason Jones going to try his luck off to the left side. He's got room to run, turns the corner at the 35, the 30, and finally driven out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Now they'll mark him at the 31.
It's a nice job by DeBailey not blocking the guy in the back after he got turned and just let Mason turn on the jets, get what he can.
Mason comes in here as the second leading rusher on the team behind P.J. Mosier at 258 yards in the first 4 games and 4 touchdowns. 1st and 10, Green Machine at the Pioneer 31. We got a whistle, and maybe, can we see something in the sky?
I didn't see the flash. I'm not saying it wasn't there. I know I didn't see it.
We're in a weather delay.
Well, we have a weather delay. Lightning has been spotted, and so that's going to be a 30-minute weather delay. It'll be our second one tonight. The first one delayed the start of this game because they tried to move it up to 6 o'clock, and we didn't get it going until about 6:30. So that's going to clear the teams off the field, and the fans will have to also leave the stands as we will have a 30-minute delay. So we don't even have a band unless you're here for the break. I don't. We'll do our best in the meantime here, folks. So we'll be back in about 25 minutes. And welcome back, everyone, to our TV50 broadcast of Geneseo Green Machine football. After a 2-hour and 20-minute weather delay, we will start football up here shortly with Geneseo having the football at the Alleman 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with 3 minutes and 44 seconds to play in the first quarter. That was a long one, Pat.
Yeah. You know, you talk about having to deal with adversity. That's a major adversity there. Sitting around for 2 hours, trying to stay focused, trying to stay warm. But here we are. It's the same for both sides, and we'll just see who handles the adversity better.
All right, Geneseo's going to come out in the field here. Actually, the Green Machine have been out probably for about close to 20 minutes. Alleman just coming out and warming up for 5 minutes. So I think Geneseo's probably in a better position here, being a little more prepared for this weather.
I hope so.
From the weather delay.
I hope you're right. We'll see here. You got 1st and 10 at 31, like you said, and we're on a short field. Let's hopefully get this thing pushed in, take the early lead.
So this will be Geneseo's second possession of the game. The first possession ended in a fumble inside the red zone. And we'll line it up with McConnell under center on 1st and 10. Inside handoff to the 28-yard line. And that's Dominic DeBouf.
I'm not so sure that's not his first carry of the year.
There was a lot of ball tackling going on there. They're slapping and ripping for the ball. So I think we expect quite a bit more of that after 2 fumbles already this game.
Gain of 3 on the play for the Green Machine. Football at the Alleman 28 in between the hashes. Nathan Beneke out to the left side of the formation, and they'll run that way with Mason Jones. He's got an opening. Out to the 20, Jones, down to the 15. and out of bounds at the 14-yard line. That's a first down for Geneseo, and they're in business.
He got outside the tackle box there and just looked for an opening, and the lead blocker just took and destroyed his guy and cut up behind him. Very nice run. Turn on the jets, get what you can.
He needed one missed tackle, and he was all the way there.
Football inside the 15 at the Alleman 14 as Geneseo breaks the huddle, comes up at 1st and 10. Hofer and Jones on the wings, and they'll give it to the fullback, DeBooth, and Dominic stood up at the 10-yard line and pushed back. Give him 3 on the play.
Right, that looked more of like a basic fullback dive, 36. Now up to 38G behind Cole Graddard pulling guard.
Picking up about 3 yards on the carry.
Geneseo bringing in 2 ends about every play here. So you got Brennan Wages coming back in with Beneke. They've been rotating in with Clay DeBailey and also
Jerry Green.
Jerry Green, yes, thank you. 2nd down and 7 from the 11 of Alleman. Here's Geneseo going back to the fullback. Dominic to the 8-yard line. And Alleman
on the bottom,
indicating they have the football and then they give it to Alleman. So a fumble on the play, and that was just a pile. We don't know if DeBooth was actually down.
I don't
the
know
ball
how
came out.
I don't know how you call that. That ball didn't appear to be loose until they got down the bottom of the pile and ripped it out of his hands.
First and 10.
That's a tough call.
10-yard line.
Second fumble loss for Geneseo tonight in the red zone. This one at the 10-yard line, and Alleman's going to take over. 1:55 to play in the first quarter, and no score. Pistol formation, they'll hand it off. Crashing out to the 16-yard line goes number 5, Nate Sheets. He's touched the football. I think about all their running plays, it's been Sheets or their quarterback running the ball tonight.
I don't know if Alleman won the takeaways last week against Moline, but in the first half they said they had the major advantage. And appears that they go after that.
2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard run by Sheets for Alleman. Back to Sheets, right side, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Beneke helping out on the tackle, but he was stood up initially by number 71, Connor Shipman.
Yeah, like Coach Pettis said earlier, this is what Alleman used to get the early lead last week in the first half with Moline, winning the turnover battle early.
Once again, a big 3rd down play. Still early in the game here in the first period.
Pioneers need 4 yards from the 16, and I don't know if they'll get this play off. Down to 0, and they just lost 5 yards on it. Play clock expired. And that will be a 5-yard penalty. Delay a game.
3rd and 9 is a lot tougher than 3rd and 4. That's a pretty crucial error.
And I don't think Alleman's put a pass up yet tonight. They've had 2 previous possessions in that this long first quarter, and they've had to punt both times. So now they're 3rd and 9 from their own 9 with 45 seconds to play in the first frame, and the clock is moving. They got 10 seconds to get this play off as they break the huddle.
And that's interesting because they had so much success last week that they haven't attempted. Motion
in front of the line. Quarterback to set up, scrambles out of the way. He's in trouble, and he's going to go down about the 2-yard line. They tackle him in the end zone, but momentum's at the 2, and Geneseo comes up with a big 3rd down sack.
Quarterback sacked by number 71, Connor Shipman.
Yeah, they're going to call it. That's Connor Shipman going to get credit for that tackle, but there was a host of Leafs in there. There was a bunch of them putting pressure on him. Had nowhere to go.
I'm not sure who number 22 is, but he whiffed on his, he came blitzing from the outside linebacker spot, and that quarterback was lucky that he missed him because he was coming like a missile.
Well, that will actually end the first quarter, and we are scoreless between Geneseo and Alleman.
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV 50 broadcast.
With Bob Pettit, Pat Mitchell, I'm Lauren Lemke. Thanks for hanging with us here tonight after a 2-hour and 20-minute weather delay. We are back with football on homecoming night here in Geneseo, and the Green Machine offense will get the football back in really good field position as Alleman's going to have to punt from their own 2-yard line on 4th and 18.
We're going to have to figure out who number 22 is. There's nobody on the sophomore or freshman rosters with that number. Maybe somebody had soiled their jersey and got a clean one.
Oh, a shank of a punt out of the end zone. Where do you mark that at? That did not go past the 20-yard line.
No, he's going to be on the 9.
A 7-yard punt.
Now we got to take advantage of this. You know, we've dropped the ball inside the 15-yard line 2 times in a row. Now we start at the 9. We got to get paid here.
I said Geneseo was going to have good field position. I didn't think it was going to be this good. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Hang on to the football. Let's get this in the end zone. No score as we start the second quarter.
I think part of the answer might be just if you have to go down, you have to go down, but fighting for that extra 6 inches and losing the football is not worth it.
McConnell's going to give it to Hofer, sweeping out to the right, trying to turn the corner, makes some contact at the 6. He's inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. That's a 5-yard run for Hofer.
Once he realized he was out in space, he just took on, got the feet going as fast as they could and started running for the pylon. Very nice run.
It looked like there was one tackler who could got him for near the line of scrimmage, but he dodged that bullet, ran into a couple guys that weren't going to let go.
Geneseo bringing in big tight end Nathan Van de Woestijn on this next play. 2nd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Football on the right hash.
Hang on to the football.
Jones on the right wing and Hofer on the left. Gets to Booth. He'll try his luck on the right side. He's close to the goal line. He's getting pushed back from the 1. And the whistle finally blows as they had him stood up.
I tell you what, we bobbled the snap. McConnell did a very nice job getting control of that and able to get Duluth the ball cleanly.
Definitely trying to stand him up and tackle the football.
Oh, yes.
Saw a couple players trying to rip it out again.
I think I've got to read on number 22 watching body language. That looks like Caden Davison.
Jake McConnell coming in with the play from the sideline. Geneseo 3rd and goal. Football at the 1-yard line with 11 minutes to play in a scoreless first quarter. Geneseo trying to get on the scoreboard first tonight here at home against Alleman.
They had a line surge.
Pinch down is the Alleman defense. Hofer trying to get to that goal line, stretching it out. No call yet. And it's a touchdown. Geneseo on the scoreboard with a 1-yard run by number 23, Kyle Hofer.
There's a little bit of discipline there. That's we didn't jump when they did the little shift move on defense. That's the kind of bugaboo with us the first few weeks. So the young guys are getting better at that, getting more discipline.
Leafs have had the best field position entire game, the entire first quarter, into the second, and they finally made it pay. If you win the field position game, you got a good shot in the game.
Logan Hansen with the extra point. He drills it right down the middle. It's 7-0 Geneseo. We're in the second quarter, 10:46 to play. It only took Geneseo 3 hours and 15 minutes to score tonight.
Yeah, I don't care how long it takes. If the other team don't score, and when we do, I'm all in favor of it.
Geneseo with a very short field off that shanked punt. 3 plays, 9 yards. Hole for 1 yard touchdown run. I don't have the exact time. It might be minute 09, minute 1. Okay.
109.
All right.
Hansen with the PAT. Not much wind. The wind's really kind of died down.
Yeah, it turned out to be a pretty nice night. And a lot of fans stuck around.
Yeah,
from both Geneseo and Alleman. I mean, wherever they held out for 2 hours and 20 minutes, they found their way back.
Very impressed with the number of heads you see in the stands. It's in the other side too. That's good stuff. It's a good job supporting the boys.
And the sun just came out. No, Parker turned the light on.
Logan Hansen to restart the game, kicking to the north end zone. Sends this one all the way back into the end zone for a touchback and bounces up, hits the goalpost. No extra points for that, but I like the style.
That is
stylish.
That is a weapon. That is a weapon. I remember my first year of being defensive coordinator at Rock Island, and we had a young man named Jason Rita, who is the leading scorer in University of Illinois history. And I went to him and told him he's my best friend. Just kick that thing out of the end zone and make him start at the 20 every time.
Here's the Alleman Pioneers. I don't know if they've got a first down yet tonight. They may have one. They've had to punt 3 times in this first half. They start from their own 20 after the touchback. Up the middle run by Sheets. He breaks free to the 30, out to the 35. Caught from behind at the 40 and brought down close to the 45-yard line. A 25-yard run for Nate Sheets.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Took 6 guys to get him down. That's a lot of missed tackles.
Right. Got caught with her head down on the initial contact and just bounced off him instead of keeping the head up and wrapping up.
Football out to the 45-yard line. First down play coming up for the Pioneers as Geneseo has a 7-0 lead at home. Alex Pounder takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Sheets. Shorter run this time, only 2 yards out to the 47.
Love the number of people at the point of contact. Beneke comes out, DeBoeuf comes out.
Second down, Alleman.
Helke was in there too.
Yeah, Helke was down at the bottom. They're at the very bottom. The freshman's earning his stripes.
3-yard run by Alleman as they're taking their time getting this play off. They still have 15 seconds to do so. 2 receivers out wide to the left, 1 to the right. And Sheets is going to set up in the slot to the right side. They'll throw it. And they complete it out to the far sideline. It looks like a first down, a little bit more, as Beneke finally comes up and makes the final tackle on the sideline near the 40-yard line.
We got caught running with the slot receiver up the field. Nobody was out in the flat.
Alleman has it first and 10.
And going back to the early games, you give them a little cushion, but you can't miss your tackle. You're going to get a big gainer. And that's what happened.
A couple big plays on this drive for the Pioneers, a 25-yard run, and now about a 16-yard pass. First and 10 from the Geneseo 39. Ponder's going to hand it off. Sheets, left side. Sheets a solid 10 there to the 30-yard line.
They've definitely found something they like just off tackle, getting in behind a wingback who's sitting in what we would call the 8-hole or the C gap.
They're getting some nice blocking at the line of scrimmage now, which they did not get on the first 3 possessions.
First and 10 on the Geneseo 29-yard line.
This drive starting at the 20, and Alleman's all the way down to the Geneseo 29 with just a little under 9 minutes to play in this first half. Geneseo 7, Alleman 0. Pioneers on this first down play line it up. Back it goes to Sheets, and he's hit about the same time he gets the football by a number of Green Machine defenders. DeBoof there, along with P.J. Mosier.
Beats the ball carrier. Mosier and DeBoof on the tackle. Loss of yardage on
Very
the play.
nice. You know, that play was designed to go up inside, and we had that one all blocked off. So now you got second and long. You can't fall asleep on the pass here.
That's great pressure getting in their backfield, 2 yards deep.
Receivers on both sides. Killian Ahern split down on the bottom of the screen here. And it goes to Sheets. He's trying to get outside. He does to the 30, the 25. He's tripped up and falls forward near the 20-yard line.
Had him in the backfield, and then we left our feet, and it got away. Picked up some pretty serious yardage on that.
Like Alleman may have got away with the block in the back there.
Pioneers.
That's a generous spot.
I would agree. It's makes it 3rd and 1 for Alleman with 7:33 to play in the first half. Football at the Geneseo 20-yard line.
Need a big play. This is where it gets tough.
Sheets next to Ponder in the backfield. Off to his left, and it will go to Sheets. He is hit in the backfield, slips through. I don't know if he's going to get to it.
They're not going to get him across. Yeah, they're not going to get him across the 20.
Number 5, Keith, the ball carrier, zigzagging through the middle.
Wow,
Stopped by number 4, Bennett.
Just got to keep those feet moving on contact. You know, we're kind of hitting and going to our knees there with these last couple tackles. Got to make sure we get them wrapped up. 4th and really short here. I'd say this is a big play.
Ran into Connor Shipman that last play, did Nate Sheets. Here we go, 4th and 1 from the Geneseo 20-yard line. 2 receivers out to the left side, 1 to the right. Sheets next to Ponder in the backfield. And to throw. Zips it out to the far sideline. It's caught. Geneseo all over it, short of the first down. They stop him at the 21.
Very nicely played, very nice.
You know, originally it looked like we're going to, possibly miss that tackle. Did a really nice job breaking down, shuffling the feet. That's sophomore Andrew Cotty, wrapping him up around the ankles, hanging on for the cavalry, and Leafs get the ball back.
Cotty got him, and then Helke came along and finished him off, and Geneseo gets the football back as and lost downs.
Yeah, without Helke on that play, he might be able to lunge over that first down line. So it took both of them. But it did look like that he was going to wiggle loose.
Geneseo up 7-0 with 6:23 to play in the second quarter. We'll have to hustle to get this playoff under 5 right now, and a timeout taken. So after the change of possession, Geneseo not able to get this playoff in time, and they'll have to burn their first timeout.
Took a little time to celebrate that stop. Well, cost them a couple seconds.
Yeah, be nice. Now you want to readjust the field position again. You know, you want to get a couple first downs at least, at minimum. You know, and make them go a long way. We've talked about many times about how it's tough to go 80 yards. You know, we're in that position right now, 79 yards. But at least get the field position back.
Geneseo's moved the football tonight. They basically stopped themselves on 2 turnovers, but they have been able to move the ball.
These new start clocks are really confusing because usually you get a stop on the change of possession and a spot, but with that 40-second thing, they just start rolling. You better get off and on quick.
Well, we are in the second quarter. It's about 9:30 because of a 2-hour and 20-minute weather delay tonight. Geneseo has the football at the 21-yard line. Mason Jones with the call. Mason trying to turn the corner, took it back inside for a couple yards.
I think he's kind of lucky to get what he did. You know, he realized he wasn't going to be able to outrace him to the outside. Literally come to a complete stop and did a 90-degree turn upfield.
We'll give him 2 yards on that play.
Alleman has to be a good football team, obviously, to beat Moline last week, but they're playing well. You wonder how they were 0-3.
Lost to Assumption. They've lost to Sterling, right? And then they had a really close loss to Notre Dame. They played some pretty good teams. It's Hofer on the end run. And out past the 27. Alleman act like he lost the football there.
They fumble on the play.
They're just diving after the ball. I mean, after the running back is held up, they're just coming right in after the ball.
By Geneseo. Third down,
We've got to make sure we're taking good care of that thing, put that thing away. He kind of had that one out a little bit, out away from his body.
Hofer up a little slow. He's in I think we're having an injury timeout here. Now the official recognizes it.
We have a timeout on the field.
Lori Anderson, the high school trainer, will come out on the field. We'll have an injury timeout with 5:06 to play in the first half. It's the Geneseo Green Machine 7 and the Alleman Pioneers 0 on homecoming. You know, these two teams haven't played football since 2004. That was a playoff game. And for a while there, like in the late 90s, early 2000s, they played every year in the regular season. We've kind of got away from that for some reason, and you know, we're back playing Alleman, and we've had some really good games over the years and playoffs, and you know, it was kind of a rivalry back in the 80s, and you're probably familiar with that, Pat.
A little bit. I remember I was a 13-year-old kid 41 years ago watching the first game with them back in 1978. So a very memorable game indeed.
Well, the clock has started after that injury timeout. We're under 5 minutes to play in the first half. Play clock is under 10. Geneseo realizes it's counting down there as they have a 3rd down and 4 from their own 27. McConnell's going to hand it off to Mason Jones. Can he get the corner? He can. The 35, the 40. Jones outside the numbers to the 40, down the 30, the 20. Jones to the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Geneseo. Mason Jones.
No flags.
73-yard run, and Geneseo goes up 13-0.
That was sweet. As soon as you see him running down the field, you're looking to make sure the officials are coming along, and that's somebody hanging back there with some yellow stuff on the ground.
I was watching the fullback get stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So,
they did a good job of tackling him.
Yes,
they really
did.
That was a good tackle.
That was outstanding. Obviously, that's probably the longest play from scrimmage this year for us.
I believe so.
That's close.
But what's really nice about that is a couple guys had angles, and he was able to run through the angles.
Extra point is missed, though, by Geneseo as Logan Hansen can't connect on that. Pushed it off to the right. I would say that is the longest play of the season, 73-yard run. Got a 61-yard pass play. And scoring drive, 3 plays, 79 yards, 73 of that on the ground for Mason Jones. Took almost 2 minutes to go in 3 plays, but Geneseo up on top here, 13-0 after the missed extra point.
Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt you. Just pile up some more points, you'll forget all about that missed extra point.
The one thing you don't want to have happen here is you don't want Alleman scoring right before half. I know we get the football to start the second half, but you don't want to give them any momentum going into halftime.
So they're going to drop 2 guys back around the 5-yard line, but Hansen tonight's been, all his kickoffs have gone in the end zone for a touchback. We've got some smoke from the fireworks drifting over the stadium right now.
Sure, that's just not fog.
We're not close enough to Halloween, I don't think, for that to happen.
That's a smoke screen, so you can't see the lightning.
I think that's a cloud-to-cloud deal, isn't it? Here's Hansen's approach. It might still come down. It will at about the 3, and brought back up in between the hashes. Stopped at about the 28-yard line.
So not a lot of wind. He had gone into the end zone from each end one time, but about 3 yards short that time, which translated into 8 extra yards.
Right. Andrew Calabria with that tackle. Very nice job getting him to the ground.
We'll see what Alleman has in store. They've been throwing a few passes here tonight. It's either been their tailback sheets up the middle, or they've been trying to throw a couple wide receiver bubble screens. And it goes to Sheets here for about a yard gain out to the 29. Alleman with 2 timeouts left. Geneseo also has 2 in the last 4 minutes of this first half.
Shipman again in the middle is not going to let anything happen. Stays down low, gets a lot of help.
He did a number on that tack on the center, knocking him out of the way.
Connor, sophomore at 6'2", 270.
Cathcart in on that.
Yeah.
Staying low, piling them up.
2nd and 9. Pistol formation for Alleman to throw. Slant pass, it is caught at the 35, about 3 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Pioneers. Good coverage by Geneseo.
Timing by Pierce there, hit him just as the ball was arriving. It looked like it might be able to cough it up, but it's a nice reception.
3rd and 2 for the Pioneers on their own 36-yard line.
I'm sure that's something Alleman's setting up for the future. Little stop and go or out and up. See if they can get Anthony to bite on the pump fake.
They'll let the clock run. They break the huddle with 3:10 to play. On 3rd down, and we'll call it 2 from the 36-yard line of Alleman. Pioneers with the football. They'll try to run for the first down. They give it to Sheets. He is going to get some help from the back side.
Oh,
almost broke it. He came out of the pile. Has a first down out to the 47-yard line of Alleman.
Tell you what, he does a nice job keeping his feet moving on contact. We got a couple guys coming in trying to reach after the ball. You better make sure you got him wrapped up first.
that was very close to breaking that. He lost his balance as he broke out of the pile.
Geneseo leading in this first half, 13-0. 2:35 to play in the second quarter. Alleman with the football. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 47. Still taking their time here.
That's good. Run some clock.
And the snap is dropped, and we got maybe some movement before the play, because there we go. 5-yard penalty against Alleman.
That's too bad.
Yeah, we would have loved that sack.
Right.
Penalty moves it back 5 yards.
Then it'll be 1st and 15 for the Pioneers.
Back on their own 42
And
yard line.
Zach Carpita is in at quarterback versus Alec Pounder, so they do rotate in those 2 quarterbacks, kind of depending on what they want to run. They had pretty good success last week against Moline, as those 2 quarterbacks combined for over 200 yards passing. Clock still running with 2:05 and ticking down. 1st and 15, Alleman from the 42.
There it is.
Carpita with a long pass into double coverage. It's caught at the 20-yard line.
Went right through the defender's hands into the offensive player.
Brian had a beat on that, just jumped too soon.
Exactly. Riley Coons had it in his hands, went right through into the offensive player's hands, and now they're threatening.
Right, just jumped too soon. If he didn't really even have to jump, to be honest with you, he would have been right there in the way. But, well, your back's against the wall here again, so see how you respond.
Ahern with the catch for Alleman. Anthony Pierce with the tackle. 1st and 10 from the 19. Back it goes to Sheets on the ground to the 15-yard line with 1:30. We'll see what Alleman chooses here. They'll let the clock run. Again, they have 2 timeouts. Geneseo up 13-0.
Finished off there by Bruce Moore. Little double leg takedown, get him wrapped around the knees.
Alleman's been down here before. Last possession, they lost it on downs. 2nd and 6. Sheets to the left side, trying to get to the outside. Slips through a couple defenders, still loose, down the sideline, into the end zone for an Alleman touchdown. Basically broke about 4 tackles as Geneseo went diving for his ankles and just couldn't come up with him.
Having trouble keeping our feet on those tackles. A lot of diving and grabbing air.
Big time. And then if you don't leave your feet, you got to make sure you grab cloth. We didn't do that at the end of that play either. Just kind of hand fought him instead of just hanging on to something.
Extra point coming here for Alleman. They'll kick it. And it's on its way, and it is good. So Alleman Gets the extra point from Sean O'Hearn, and the touchdown run by Sheets, and Geneseo's lead is now down to 6. It's 13-7 Green Machine.
All right, that's exactly what you did not want to happen. So we put ourselves in this position once again where we're giving another team momentum going into halftime. Maybe we can do something funny on the way, on the way out of this first half. But we'll, the biggest thing now is you can't turn the ball over here at the end of this first half.
Alleman scoring drive, 6 plays, 72 yards. They had that long pass play, the majority of the yards, and then they ended it with a 15-yard touchdown run from Nate Sheets. The extra point's good. That's where we stand right now, 13-7 Geneseo on top with 59 seconds to play in the first half. So Geneseo's kick return comes out on the field. Mason Jones is going to head back that way along with Tannen Rink, and they'll stand around the 10-yard line.
Alleman School song, I still recognize it. 50th class reunion tomorrow night.
You got a big reunion coming up tomorrow.
Sean O'Hearn spinning this one down to Mason Jones at the 10. Jones to the 20. Hit at the 25.
Hang on, they're going for the ball.
And whistle blowing, and they're still coming in making hits. So Alleman continues to play through the whistle.
That was a very, very conservative run, very safety. Balls on both hands on the ball, wrapped up tight. Looks like they're going to be content to have a 6-point lead.
Alleman 2 timeouts. Geneseo also has 2 as the Green Machine takes over from the 25-yard line. Jake McConnell's going to try a counter play back to Mason Jones, and Jones, who just ran for a touchdown, this is going to be a little bit shorter than his last run, a couple yards out to the 27.
Alleman not going to call the timeout here either.
Well, 34 seconds on the game clock, and that matches the play clock, so you may have to just take a snap here, or you call it, just let it run out, and there's not a penalty, right? It's not
correct.
They don't have to snap the football.
Nope.
Down to 15 seconds, and Geneseo's going to just start walking towards the sideline and start walking towards the locker room.
They haven't spent enough time in the locker room tonight, so they thought they'd go take a visit. Huddle up a little.
And that's going to end the first half of play. Geneseo hanging on to their lead here. They lead Alleman 13-7 at the break.
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV 50 broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could draw your attention to the north side of the field, at this time we'll be introducing this year's homecoming court. First up, the freshman attendants, Logan Corrigan and Danielle Beach. Logan is the son of Jesse and Katrina Corrigan of Kelowna. He's a member of the soccer team. Logan is employed at the community center and likes to play video games. Danielle is the daughter of Jim and Jean Hartsock of Geneseo. She's on the tennis, basketball, and soccer teams. She's also a member of the Student Library Advisory Panel and choir. In her free time, she likes to read, watch YouTube, and watch Geneseo sporting events with her friends. Next up, our sophomore attendants, Brad Ball and Claire Toon. Bradley is the son of Tim Cole of Geneseo. He's on the baseball and basketball teams, and in his spare time, Brad likes to hang out with his family. Claire is the daughter of Brad and Robin Toon of Geneseo. She's a member of the golf, basketball, and soccer teams. She works in a nursery at her church, and in her spare time, Claire likes to hang out with her family and play with her dog, Bo. The junior attendants, Bruce Moore and Ansley Paschardt. Bruce is the son of Chris and Julie Moore of Geneseo. He's a member of the football and wrestling teams. He works as a field maintenance person at Bolin Field. In his spare time, Bruce likes taking long alpaca walks, cleaning his Jeep, the Golden Eagle, and hanging out with his girlfriend. Ansley is the daughter of Dave Plaschert of Geneseo. She's on the tennis, basketball, and track and field teams and is involved with the student council. She's employed at Pizza Hut, but her favorite job is at Whipple Hybrids. In her spare time, Ansley enjoys TikToks, and she makes frequent trips to the Atomic Coffee Bar with her friends. She also wastes a lot of her gas driving around the country roads just listening to her favorite music. Next up are our senior attendants, Lord and Lady, Tucker Ziegenhorn and Anna Pierce. Tucker is the son of Steve Ziegenhorn of Geneseo. He's on the track team and the boys volleyball club. He works at Serendipity. Tucker also plays on the Iowa High Performance Volleyball team and the Iowa Select Volleyball Club. Anna is the daughter of Josh and Nikki Pierce of Geneseo. She's on the cross country and the track and field teams. Anna is a member of the student council and link crew. She's also employed at the Geneseo Park District. In her spare time, Anna enjoys hanging out with her friends, fishing, kind of, and going to movies and eating. Next up are Duke and Duchess, Danny Ford and Emma Yerke. Danny is the son of Scott and Beth Ford of Geneseo. He's on the golf, basketball, and tennis teams. Danny is the president of the Bass Fishing Club and a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Danny also enjoys fishing, golfing, sleeping, and hanging out with the boys. Emma is the daughter of Sarah Yerke and the late Tim Yerke of Geneseo. She's involved with theater, the fall play, contest play, the musical, and is president of the Thespians. Emma is also in the marching band, the pep band, and the honor band, choir, jazz choir, madrigal, and a member of the National Honor Society. In her free time, Emma likes to listen to podcasts, bake cookies, attend youth group at her church, and spend time with her family and friends. And finally, our homecoming king and queen, Chase Van Claiborne and Ava Bieneman. Chase is the son of Jim and Tricia Van Claveren of Kelowna. Chase is on the golf and tennis teams, and he is the senior class president and a member of the student council, Link Crew, and the Scholastic Bowl. Chase works at Ray Lynn's, and in his spare time he likes to golf with the boys, play video games, and read. Ava is the daughter of Ryan and Rachel Bieneman of Geneseo. She's on the tennis and softball teams and is involved in the Student Library Advisory Panel, Scholastic Bowl. She's the president of the Student Council and employed at the Geneseo Park District. In her spare time, Ava enjoys fishing, spending time with her friends, and thrift shopping. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 2019 Homecoming Court. Congratulations to all.
This TV50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV50 broadcast.
And welcome back to our broadcast here on TV50 as we get set for the third quarter coming up in less than 2 minutes. Geneseo leading Alleman 13-7 with Pat Mitchell and Bob Pettit. I'm Lauren Lemke. Quick look at the halftime stats. They're pretty even here, Pat. Both teams 6 first downs. Both teams have run the ball 19 times. Geneseo's got 157 yards on the ground. Alleman with 89, and total yards Geneseo 175, 147 for the Pioneers. Things that kind of stand out. Mason Jones got 102 yards rushing, 92 yards for Nate Sheets for Alleman. Turnovers kind of a factor here in that first half for Geneseo, and I think Alleman's big plays have kind of kept them in the game.
Right, that's the two biggest differences. You know, number one, in this case, the stats are a little misleading. Geneseo starting had a 9-yard drive, started at their 9 once, and then another time they started right around the 50, so they haven't had a lot of yardage to cover. But you know, those two turnovers inside the 20-yard line, both of them in that first quarter. You hope this has become a woulda, coulda, shoulda type game.
We still got a ball game here. One score lead by Geneseo, 13-7. And good news, Geneseo's going to see the football to start this third quarter. As again, we are late for a third quarter start. We had a 2-hour and 20-minute weather delay. We tried starting this game at 6 o'clock tonight. We had a lightning delay to start things off, and then a second one that lasted a long time. But we're going to get this game in for sure tonight. So glad to have you along for our broadcast. Hope we can keep you awake.
4-hour half, that's not too bad. If we can get the second half done 4 more hours, it'll be good.
I don't have to wake up at 4 o'clock, so I'm.
Some people do.
Sorry, Bob. All right, Mason Jones is back there, deep for Geneseo, along with number 38, Tannen Rink. And here's the second half kickoff. It's coming down to Mason Jones. We had a 73-yard touchdown run in the first half. Jones dancing his way out past the 25 to the 27-yard line. And again, Alleman, after the play's almost over, they ripped the ball out again after he's down. So that's kind of been the theme tonight from the Alleman defense.
Right, I know a couple of the Alleman defensive coaches over there, and I'm sure that's practiced. I mean, you keep working on that football until the whistle blows.
One of those fumbles that was turned over looked like it could have been after the whistle, but that pile was so big you couldn't tell. Alleman player come running out with it. Made it look good. Sometimes you got to sell it.
Start from the 28-yard line. They'll bring an end back to the other side, and it's Kyle Hofer off to the right, trying to push his way past a couple of his blockers out front, and that play maybe lost a half a yard.
You know, Kyle got dinged up a little bit there in the first half. Looks like he's back and he's okay.
That defensive end really contained that blocker and held that thing up, turned it in, and jammed things up out there really well.
So a loss of about a yard. Second down 11 coming for Geneseo. McConnell only threw one time in that first half. He completed that to Nathan Van de Woestijn for 18 yards. Otherwise, Geneseo had 19 plays on the ground. To throw, McConnell gets it out and leads Nathan Beneke a little bit too far as that pass goes out of bounds on the Alleman sideline. It'll be third down and 11.
Right, did a real nice job getting rid of it quick, like it's supposed to, three-step drop, but just overthrew Nathan there on the sideline.
So Geneseo probably in a passing situation here as Van de Woestijn gets the play. And he's going to bring it into the huddle. Not as many middle school students here tonight. I think the rain kind of sent them home early.
Well, there's about a dozen left out there. There's some hardcore.
On third and 11, Geneseo trying to pick this up on the opening drive of the third quarter. Passes out, pass is caught at the 40-yard line. First down, out to Kyle Hofer.
Wide open out there on the far right side.
Right, he just got lost in his motion. Nobody really had him coming out of the backfield. Very nice play, well designed, well executed.
First and 10 for the
Football out near the 49-yard line for Geneseo as Hofer catches his fifth pass of the season. And a big third down there for Geneseo. Green Machine tonight started off on a 13-0 lead. Alleman scoring with a minute to go in the second half. First and 10 now. Jones sweeping around the left end. And he's got some room to run as he takes it all the way down inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line of Alleman. That's another Geneseo first down.
Do a nice little skip move here at the end, give him another 7 yards, get around that end, kind of slow it up like he was going to cut back inside, then accelerate it out around the end.
He wouldn't have picked that ground up on the inside, so that was a good move.
Football at the 39-yard line for Alleman as Geneseo breaks the huddle. And Jones in the backfield with Hofer on the wing. Kyle comes down in motion. They'll give it to the second back. That's Jones. He stood up at about the 36, and as they start to rip the ball out.
He's been down for 5 seconds, and they're still trying to pull the ball out.
Like I said earlier, I'm sure that's coached up.
Yep, that's just what they do. Every play.
Mason Jones with over 100 yards in that first half. Has a couple more there to add to his total tonight. And it's second down and 8. Beneke's going to go wide to the right. DeBailey in the slot. They'll run back the other way. And that is Kyle Hofer blasting his way out to the 31-yard line. Alleman make sure they get about 3 or 4 guys on those tackles.
Right, this jet sweep that they're, the Leafs are giving them a bunch of different looks, you know, sometimes out of double tight. That time it was out of a trips look. You know, just trying to get them stretched out and let the running back pick and choose, find his crease and go.
Was that about a 6-yard gain or so? That turned second and long into third and short.
They need 2 from the 31-yard line. Tight formation here. They'll toss it. Hofer coming off to the right side. First down. Can he get free? And takes it to the 26-yard line. First and 10 for Geneseo.
Ran right in the back of his blocker. He wasn't going anywhere anyway, but they just kept pushing. That was his running mate back there.
Yeah, really nice job. I mean, the running backs are doing a really good job of fighting for that extra yardage, but I think some of that has to do with the way Alleman's tackling, just trying to hold him up as opposed to getting him right to the ground, which makes more important that you just squeeze the life out of that football. Hang on.
Nearing the 9-minute mark of the third quarter, Geneseo up 13-7. They got it on the Alleman 27. On a first down play, DeBoeuf, can he get free to the 20, down to the 15, inside the 15, all the way down to the Alleman 13-yard line.
All right, that's the fullback off of looked like a little 36 cross there where the left guard pull into the right side, and DeBoeuf just gets in behind him, and he got upfield a little bit and started to dodge some of his own guys. So, here we are. You got 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Once again, you got to get paid here.
That's a Geneseo fullback. They don't care who's in the way. They can have a green jersey or a white jersey. He's going to run over you.
Opening drive of the third quarter for Geneseo, up by 6, looking to add a little bit more. From the Alleman 14 on first down, it's DeBoeuf again. And Dominic inside the 10, stopped at the 9. Give him 5 yards on that play.
That's the one nice thing. Dominic is pretty quick to the hole here. Quarterback had to really reach to make sure he got him the ball, but he's quick through the crease. With this being his first real game as a varsity fullback, you've got to make sure, he's got to make sure that he takes care of that football.
Ball inside the 9-yard line on 2nd down and 5. Van de Woestijn on the tight end position to the left side. They'll run that way. And still on his feet, I think, is DeBoeuf, as Dominic takes the pile close to that first down marker at the 4-yard line.
Oh, it looked like he was stood straight up, and the pile just kept moving.
DeBoeuf, the ball carrier.
Nice drive by not only the running back, but the entire line pushing him forward.
And I think that's the high tackles that Alleman's been trying tonight, to try to stand a runner up instead of trying to bring him down.
Right, allows the pile to move.
That time Dominic took advantage of it, got a few more yards out of it.
Watching him run, it just kind of looks like he's on a mission.
Word on a measure. Chain gangs and earn their money.
Somebody got to tell these officials we don't measure anymore.
Short by about a half football.
Hey, that's tiring work out there, that chain gang. I did that for a middle school game with Dobbs, and it was hard to keep up with Dobbs.
That was like the tortoise and the hare.
On the 4-yard line.
Third down, less than a yard here for Geneseo. Football just inside the 5-yard line of Alleman. Green Machine up by 6, 13-7, 7:15 to play in the third quarter. McConnell under
There
center.
it is.
Geneseo moves
Goodness.
on that right side. This time Alleman, when they pinched down, they caught Geneseo moving. So now 5-yard penalty is going to make it 3rd down and 6, back to about the 10.
You gave them that compliment, Coach Mitchell, and they just couldn't absorb that glory that you gave them.
That's the at least third time this year for that on that shift.
Critical times. Man, you got 6 inches to go, and now you got 5 yards and 6 inches. That hurts.
See what
But it's very doable. It's doable.
Mason Jones on the wing to the right with Hofer and DeBoeuf in the backfield. Hofer gets the call. Right side's going to be short. And we're going to see the field goal team come in. And that will bring in number 43, Logan Hansen.
Wow.
You push this thing to a 2-score game if you make this field goal, but what could have been, here we are, we're saying that again, what could have been.
You need a snap, you need a hold, you need a kick. It's never guaranteed. And you need some blocking.
Hansen, this will be about a 25-yard field goal try. He's already made one this season from 40 yards. Low snap, and Holder just can't do anything with it and has to fall on it. That's McConnell. And so Geneseo goes all the way down to the 4-yard line, and they do not score a third time tonight. Geneseo's not come up with points in the red zone.
How do you respond again? I mean, defense has been really good after the first 2 turnovers we had inside the 15, and this right here, that's almost a similar type thing. So defense is going to have to stick it out here and keep up, keep the Alleman out of the, on their side of the 50.
First down play, it goes to Sheets, the running back for Alleman. He had close to 100 yards in that first half.
Every time you give them the football, you have you're giving them an option to make that missed extra point pay. Make it hurt. Gotta have a big stop here. It's only a 6-point game. Not only the extra point, but the missed field goal or the botched field goal hold. Tough deal.
Alleman rotating 2 quarterbacks tonight. Both of them were 2 for 2 in that first half. They also had one of those was a long pass, which led to their only touchdown. They'll run it here with Sheets. He's bottled up in the backfield, and Geneseo all over it. A loss on the play back to the original line of scrimmage of the 15. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers.
Looks like he's originally hit by P.J. Moser and got free, but Beneke right there to clean it up. P.J. got back in on the action. Need to hang on. When you got opportunity, you get your hands on the guy. You've got to grab cloth and hang on.
Fortunately, he detained him just long enough.
Zach Carpita, the quarterback for Alleman this series, on 3rd down and 10 from their own 15-yard line. To throw in the pocket with pressure. He's going to step out of it. Looking downfield, he's going to try to scramble, and he's brought down from behind. A sack by Dominic DeBoof. DeBoof with the sack back at the 12-yard line.
Boy, Dominic found a crease there. He was part of the guys making it so he couldn't go up the middle. And as soon as quarterback decided that he was going to roll out, Dominic is like, once again, I said earlier with Davidson, like a missile, and was able to get to him. That is an outstanding defensive series.
Second sack tonight by the Geneseo defense, and Alleman's going to have to punt.
Beyond that, if he doesn't make that play, he's probably going to run for a first down.
Easily.
Because there's nobody else over there. That's a solo job.
4th down 12. Alleman kicking this away. Last time was a 7-yard punt. This one much better as it heads back towards Anthony Pierce. Bounces in front of him at the 50, and it's going to roll back and go out of bounds at the Alleman 46-yard line. Still good field position for Geneseo. Up 13-7.
You know, you got to make something out of this one. You can't have the near misses that many times and expect to come out on the positive side. You've got to make something. You've got to get a score here. And obviously from a coaching standpoint, it's a whole lot better with a 2-score lead as opposed to with 1 score with the extra point looming.
Hofer and Mason Jones, the running backs, along with DeBoof. He's an offset behind the tight end, and it's Hofer coming around.
Oh, that's a trip.
Had an opening up front and just got caught going through the line, tripped up.
All right, that time he turned it up right past the guard, and great choice. Just Alleman players who was on the ground was able to trip him up.
3-yard run. Geneseo has the football down to the Alleman 43 as we have a little over 3 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter. No scoring in this second half. 13-7 is where we stand. Geneseo up by 6. McConnell steps back to throw over the middle. Pass is caught at the 31-yard line to Van de Woestijn, his 2nd reception tonight.
Right, that's similar to the play made in the first half, just the opposite way. Van de Woestijn came from the left tight end on a drag route, got in behind those linebackers, and like we said the first time, he's a big target to throw to with very nice hands.
First down for Geneseo at the Pioneer 31. Beneke and DeBailey in at the ends. They're going to split out wide to the left. Hofer in motion, gets the call. Has room to the 20, Hofer to the 15, the 10, 5, touchdown. He was untouched and scores from 31, but we have a penalty flag on the field around the 30.
Once again, when the officials don't run down the field, you know there's problems.
This one's going to be coming back, unfortunately. Official mic'd up.
57 of the offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Holding against Geneseo. No touchdown.
I wasn't paying attention to the replay to have a look, but it was a nice play. well designed, but the hold, you know, that it was, at least the flag wasn't thrown on the other side of the field for a hold. I mean, it was thrown at the point where Hofer cut it up.
That penalty will push the football back to the Alleman 43. 1st and 22 now for the Green Machine. Give it right back to Hofer. Sweep play. Hit near the Alleman sideline. They're calling for football at a fumble. No call yet, except for the Alleman sideline.
Yep, there it is.
And it's going to be Alleman football at the 40.
Lost it as he was going to the ground.
Third fumble lost tonight by Geneseo.
Couldn't actually see the ball from this angle, but it was clearly loose because you could see the reaction of everybody that ball was loose before it went down.
Defense got to step up in the rain again.
Heavy rain coming down. Umbrellas are coming out. Alleman football from their own 40. 2:15 to play in the third quarter. Geneseo up by 6. Sheets with the call. Missed tackle in the backfield, running to the Geneseo sideline. And he's gang tackled and brought down. Gain of about 5.
Boy, we're leaving our feet on a lot of these tackles, and it's just heads down, so your head goes to the ground. We've got to make sure you keep your feet.
Had an opportunity for a tackle in the backfield again, just couldn't get it done.
5-yard run for Alleman.
But that's a huge momentum switch once again. The turnovers, the fumbles are just painful.
On 2nd and 5, pistol formation. Carpita's throw is incomplete as his receiver slipped down. It'll stop the clock. 1:25 to play in the third quarter.
I don't believe Geneseo's fumbled yet, have we, in this game? Or punted yet, I'm sorry. We fumbled plenty of times. We haven't punted yet in this game. Just kind of stopping ourselves after a successful drive after a successful drive, but they just don't end in the end zone each time.
Right.
3rd down and 5 for the Alleman Pioneers. Alex Pounder in at quarterback for this series. See if they go back to Sheets on the ground to pick this up or go through the air. It'll be Sheets, left side, trying to get out past the end. He does, has a 1st down. Missed tackle at the 45, another one at the 40, and Sheets is going to run out of bounds on the Alleman sideline at the 37-yard line. 1st down for the Pioneers.
I'm not sure what's up with this leaving our feet just diving, but it's got to get rectified.
Not exactly the way it's taught. But that play was just not well covered out there on the left side. He got outside way too easy, and it wasn't contained.
Pioneers break the huddle. They have the ball at the Geneseo 37, the 1st down play. It's Sheets getting the handoff, looking up the middle, trying to go outside, and nowhere to go. Tried to bounce it back, and he slips. Connor Shipman, the closest defender for Geneseo. Loss on the play.
Caden Davison early slowed him up a little bit, make him go around. Then he slipped off of Caden.
Loss of 2. 2nd down 12. 50 seconds to play in the third quarter. Alleman's going to have to run at least one more play. Geneseo hanging on to a 6-point lead, 13-7. Quick pass to the outside. It's completed to the 35, inside the 30. And that's going to be a 1st down as they mark it at the 26-yard line. Jake Matchek with the reception for Alleman.
You know, that's a type of play where we're attacking from the inside out. You know, we don't want to do that. We're allowing the blocker to reach our outside shoulder, and then the running back to go around the outside. We want it the other way around. You want to turn him back to the inside where all your friends are at to help make a tackle.
Football sitting at the Geneseo 26-yard line with 28 seconds to play in the third. Alleman football, 1st down. Pounder, hands off to Sheets. Kind of surveys in front of him and then bounces it out to the outside for a few yards.
You know, we've seen a couple running backs this year go to the Le'Veon Bell form of running where they just sit back behind the line of scrimmage and hop back and forth and let you make the first move. And this guy's actually pretty good at it.
That was actually the case.
The clock is stopped at 8 seconds. I don't know if it got stopped in time or what. The Alleman coaching staff not upset with the time. So
they didn't realize he went out of bounds here.
So we have 8 seconds on the clock. The official here whistle. Well, we got a timeout.
Oh, they call it lightning?
No, they didn't do that.
Looks like the Alleman sideline's walking.
Oh, no, they did not do that.
Well, I guess with 8 seconds left in the third quarter, we're going to have another weather break. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to TV 50's broadcast of Geneseo Green Machine Football, Day 2, as Geneseo and Alleman try to get in this marathon football game that was called last night because of weather due to lightning. And game is about to start here in the third quarter with 8 seconds left. Geneseo leading Alleman 13-7. It'll be second down and 5 for the Pioneers at the Geneseo 22-yard line. This is Lauren Lemke. I'd like to thank Pat Mitchell and Bob Pettit for helping out with last night's broadcast. They have a little softball going on this morning, and Geneseo could not join us for the broadcast, but we'll take you through the rest of the way. Probably looking at one play here in the third quarter. We'll take a break in between the third and fourth quarter and then be back with you. But key play here for Alleman as they were driving down the field against this Geneseo defense and got to the 22-yard line before we had another lightning strike, and teams are on the field ready to line up for this second down play. Zach Capita in at quarterback for the Pioneers. They'll try a sweep play, and Geneseo able to get to the edge and knock the running back down at the 21-yard line, and that should end the third quarter. And that will be the final play, and we'll head to the fourth quarter. It's Geneseo 13, Alleman 7. We'll be back with the fourth period after this.
This TV 50 broadcast is sponsored in part by Hazelwood Homes, Geneseo Dairy Queen, Eric Henderson and Jolene Barnes of Country Financial, Turpins of Geneseo, Geneseo Communications, Central Bank, B&B Lawn Equipment and Cyclery, Vandemore Funeral Homes, Hammond Henry Hospital, ProTech Auto Body, Borac Pharmacy, Liberty Village, Farmers National Bank, Pink's Paint and Body, Edwards Ready Mix. Please thank our sponsors for their support of this TV 50 broadcast.
Well, that was one of the fastest third quarters in TV 50 history. We are back with the fourth quarter, and this is Lauren Lemke. We'll take you through the rest of the way. Geneseo up by 6, 13-7. All the points tonight in today's game scored in the second quarter. Kyle Hoper had a 1-yard run. Mason Jones a 73-yard touchdown run for Geneseo. They led 13-7 before the Pioneers scored late in the second quarter on a 15-yard run by Nate Sheets. Third down 4 as we start the fourth quarter. Ball at the Geneseo 21-yard line for the Pioneers. Capita's going to take the snap, hand it off to Sheets. He's going to get around the right end. He's wrapped up by Nathan Beneking, thrown out of bounds. Looks like he's short of the first down by about a yard or two. Geneseo last night came up with a couple of stops in the red zone. And trying to do the same here. Fourth down, we'll call it a long 2 as the Pioneers shuffle in the play from the sideline. And we got Pat Mitchell joining us. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning. Good morning.
key play coming up here for the Pioneers as they break the huddle. And Capita and Sheets. Handoff to Nate Sheets. Can Geneseo stop him? They plug it up. It's going to be very close from the sideline ref. I don't think they got it. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. Geneseo holds here early in the fourth quarter, and they cling to that 13-7 lead.
That's a nice start, nice start to this day. That's a huge stop. Now the whole key is, can we turn the things around and get that ball to the other end of the field?
Well, last night the Geneseo defense came up with a stop like that, similar in the red zone, and they had some missed tackles, but they did have 2 sacks last night, some
right.
Key stops, and they forced the Pioneers into 4 or 5 punts and had some key field position changes too. So let's see what the offense can do now. They're up by 6. Mason Jones, a big night, has over 100 yards rushing in those 3 quarters played last night, and they're going to go right back here on the first down play. So they're going to give it to their fullback, I believe, and that's Dominic DeBoeuf.
Right, there is kind of a slight drizzle. We had some turnover problems last night hanging on that football. So, whatever it takes now, you're going to want to make sure you hit the line of scrimmage or any type of contact with both hands on the ball.
Cloudy 64, wind out of the northeast about 5 to 10. And as Pat mentioned, a little light drizzle coming down here in Bob Reed Field. 2nd and 6 for the Green Machine at the 21. Here comes Kyle Hofer. Out to the 28, across the 30, to the 32. It's a first down run for Hofer in the Green Machine offense.
Right, very nice job following his kick-out block, turning it up, and then what we call inside out. He heads up in the, inside the block and then hits to the outside, gets him that extra yardage for the first down. Once again, got to be careful. That ball got out a little bit away from his body. We didn't put it on the ground that time, but that's going to be key, something to watch for.
3 lost fumbles by Geneseo last night, 2 in the red zone. And ball security a key here in this fourth quarter. DeBoeuf, handoff, left side, out past the 35 to the 36, a 4-yard run for the Geneseo fullback as we hit the 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
I like the way he runs. His blocker in front of him wasn't going fast enough for him, so he literally ran over his blocker. The old line is if there's not a hole there, you make one. That's what you tell your fullback, and I don't think Dominic's afraid to make his own hole.
2nd down 6, Geneseo comes up to the line. Again, a 6-point lead for the Green Machine, 13-7. Beneke is going to shift out a few more yards to the left side before the snap, and it's Mason Jones, his first carry today. He's going to be strung out and brought down. Yeah, it looks like he got 2 yards out of it as he was tackled at the 34, and Geneseo's going to have a 3rd down and 6.
Right, he was the leading rusher after the 3 quarters last night for the Leafs, and that time they had a whole night to kind of think about things, make some adjustments, and they had 2 guys sitting out there just waiting for him to come out there, so there was no room for him to go.
A few fans have come back for Geneseo. Alleman's got a few fans on their side too, so if you weren't able to make it back, glad to have you along for our broadcast this morning. 3rd and 6, Geneseo. McConnell to throw, Jake over the middle, and it's tipped in the air, incomplete off the fingertips of Nathan Van de Woestijn, who caught a pair of passes in this game so far. Just couldn't handle that one, and Geneseo's going to have to punt for the first time in this game.
Yeah, same play they had success with last night. This time he wasn't wide open like he was last night. So once again, you make some adjustments. I know it's a short turnaround, but you still make some adjustments that things you need to get better at, and Alleman got better at covering the drag route.
P.J. Mosier in to punt for Geneseo. He's got about a 35-yard average. He's going to have a little bit of a wind behind him to help this punt. And Nate Sheets, the dangerous return man, back for Alleman. This one's coming down towards Sheets, and he slides and makes the catch at the 36-yard line. 8:40 to play in the game. Geneseo 13, Alleman 7, and Pioneers have the football back.
Right, we got 1 first down, so that helps things out. We ate a little bit of time off the clock, but this type of game, it's most of it's on the. I know there's 3 phases to the game, but right now the pressure's on the defensive shoulders.
So it's been the Nate Sheets show here for Alleman. He's been the primary running back, and Alleman has thrown the ball 4 or 5 times. I think they completed all their passes they have thrown in this game. And they'll start from the 36-yard line. Geneseo with 5 guys on the defensive line. They'll swing it out to number 25, Ahern, and Ahern has a first down out close to the midfield. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line of Alleman.
Right, he was the Dispatch's pace setter for this week after 2 70-plus touchdown catches last week against Moline. Very nicely set up. They had the jet, the wing back in jet motion. He just came and kicked out, almost similar to a bubble screen. But what was the good part about that is Andrew Cotty kept his outside shoulder and turned the receiver back inside.
Ryland Coons also helping on that tackle. 1st and 10 Pioneers, 8:10 to play in the game. First, they have it at the 48-yard line. Nate Sheets up the middle, straight ahead to the Geneseo 45-yard line. That's a 7-yard run.
Yeah, similar to a trap play. I think they call it a wham block with the up back, the wing back coming in and turning up into the hole. But like I said, similar to a trap, and then the running back gets in behind him, gets what he can.
That went for, I'll call it 6 yards on the play as they spot it back at the 46-yard line of Geneseo. It'll be 2nd and 4. 7:35 to play in the game. Geneseo up by 6. Alleman with the handout. That's Sheets. Left side, first down run to the 36-yard line.
Same play the other way. He broke a couple arm tackles at the line of scrimmage and able to pick up enough for the first down.
Cotty with the tackle, saving a longer gain. Got to have our linebackers come up, start making some tackles, Pat. They're getting downfield.
Well, that and Alleman's, at least this series anyway, winning the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Zach Carpita in at quarterback. He's about 5 yards back. Pistol formation. Sheets to his left. Sheets with the call. Surveys the line, and he is out past the 35 to the 32. Alleman player down, helmet off. I don't know if it got pulled off or what, but that's Charlie Jagasaw, and he's going to be on his feet. He's going to have to come off for one play. Appears to be okay.
Right, just kind of looks like some of the guys up front. They've got to make sure they fight pressure. Back. If the offensive lineman's trying to block you one way, you got to fight back across that block instead of taking the easy way out and going around, because by the time you get around, the running back's not going to be there. Make your pile.
Clock running, 6:35 to play in the game. Alleman 2nd and 7 from the Geneseo 33. They trail by 6. This is Sheets, missed tackle, and out to the outside, gets the edge to the 25 and runs out of bounds along the Alleman sideline. They'll spot it at the 22-yard line, and that's a first down for Alleman.
Yeah, a little similar to last night. We're leaving our feet instead of running our feet on contact. You got to stay on your feet. This guy's good. He's just going to run through those arms.
Again, Geneseo made some plays last night, and we're just seeing the same thing with the tackling. Kind of some bad angles, kind of some bad techniques.
Agreed.
And the tackling. And Sheets is a good back, and they knew they'd have some issues with him coming into in the game. All the way down to the 22nd yard line now is Alleman. 1st and 10. It's back to Sheets. Eludes a defender in the backfield. Another missed tackle, and finally is upended as Andrew Cotty comes in low with his helmet, takes him out by the ankles, and a 1-yard gain on the play.
Right, same thing. He's just making his first move and just waiting for you to make a move. He came to a complete stop behind the line of scrimmage. Our guy took a step inside, so he went outside, and then we're grabbing. But they're not going. He only got a yard out of that, so at least we slowed him down. We didn't leave our feet that time on the first tackle.
We're in the 4th quarter after a long night last night, 5 hours. Finally called it because of lightning. And trying to finish up this game here at Bob Reed Field. 2nd and 9 for Alleman at the Geneseo 21-yard line. And it's not Sheets this time. And number 33, Jake Padding, gets the call. And he'll get it out to the 18-yard line. So Sheets on that one if he's on the sidelines. Or
I'm thinking that's the first time you called his name. He might be just getting a little breather. He's been the workhorse between last night and this morning.
Lakin Callaway, number 3, comes in. And Jake Paddington is still staying at the tailback position. 3rd down, 6 Alleman at the Geneseo 18-yard line. Geneseo needs to make a stop. They'll throw it. Pass is completed. Wide receiver bubble screen, and Geneseo converges, makes a tackle at the 16-yard line. Alleman's going to be short of the 1st down by about 5 yards.
Yeah, similar play to what they ran earlier at the beginning of this drive. They take the jet sweep guy and run him out. He becomes a kick-out block, and then the guy just turns upfield. But once again, we did a nice job of securing the outside and forcing him back to the inside where all your help is at.
4:20 to play in the game. Alleman 4th and 5 from the Geneseo 17. Geneseo with a 6-point lead. The defense has come up with 2 red zone stops in this game on 4th down against the Alleman offense. Can they do it again? To throw. Pass is floated. It is caught by Sheets at the 10-yard line. He's to the 8, and it will be a Pioneer 1st down. They'll have it 1st and goal at the Geneseo 8-yard line.
Right, I don't know if anybody recognized he was lined up at the inside slot, and normally he's been the tailback spot. So when you see a guy of that magnitude move around, you better make something's up.
This drive started around the 30-yard line. So Alleman has it all the way down to the Geneseo 8, 1st and goal. Sheets with the call, right side. Slips through and gets to the 4. Hit pretty hard and dropped.
One concern here now is we're under 3.5 minutes to go in the ball game. We get that ball, if they happen to score here and we get that ball back, there's not going to be a lot of time left on the clock. They're just going to let this thing work it down, and score as late as they possibly can. So defense going to have to step up here.
Had a missed extra point last night. That's kind of looming large too here. Geneseo trying to keep Alleman out of the end zone in the last 3 minutes. 2nd and goal from the 5. It's Sheets up the middle, slicing his way through, and he's in for the touchdown. Game is tied at 13 apiece with 2:58 to play.
Looked like 2 people had contact with him, right there at the line of scrimmage, and not able to finish it off.
Connor Shipman is down for Geneseo. He got leg whipped by one of his players at the ankles, and we're going to have an injury timeout. So Connor Shipman, the big nose guard for Geneseo, is being attended to. 2:58 to play as Alleman has now tied this game at 13 apiece.
We talked last night about you don't want this to turn into a woulda, coulda, shoulda game. So now the Leafs going to have a chance. The score's tied, pending the extra point. Leafs will have a chance to put a little drive together and hopefully get in the end zone.
They'll have all 3 timeouts to work with in the last 3 minutes.
Also, you think about Logan Hansen's range too. We've seen him kick pretty consistent in pregame from 40 yards. He'll have a little wind if that's needed. So that means the Leafs are going to have to at least get it down to the 22, 23-yard line.
He's made 1 field goal this year of 40 yards. Last night, we had a low snap on a field goal attempt. Again, some more points that Geneseo could have scored last night. Right now, we need to block this extra point or have Alleman miss it. Connor Shipman he's on his feet. He's just being helped off the field here. And so we have the extra point pending as Alleman comes back out to set this up. I think they're going for 2. They are. They're not going to put it in the hands of their kicker, Sean O'Hearn. They're going to go for 2.
Wow.
They must think they've got the key play. Here comes Geneseo. This is a chance for the defense to come up and make a stop. Tied game, Alleman going for 2. To throw, over the middle, they get it. And it is completed to number 44 for the 2-point conversion, Caleb Scherer. Alleman takes the lead, 15-13, 2:58 to play in the game.
Right, looks like they're picking on the DB, hoping the DB bite on the running back, and he did. So, You're basically, whether it's 1 point or 2 points, you're in the same position. So field goal still wins it. But now now the pressure's on the offense. We just had the pressure on the defense and didn't respond the way we'd like. Well, let's see if we can get the offense to go.
I just thinking back to last night's game, I think Alleman was kicking probably to about the 10-yard line. Mason Jones, dangerous return man. He'll be back there, I think, with Rink. So, again, with time to work with, 3 timeouts, and we need 3 points.
Right, get it and get upfield. 3 minutes left. You don't panic, yet. You don't, but you have to have some sense of urgency.
Jones and Rink, they're cheating up to about the 15. Again, Alleman's going to be kicking to the north, and we'd have a little breeze coming out of the northeast today. Probably going to keep this from going too far. It'll be Nate Sheets kicking off for Alleman. They'll send it short. This might go out of bounds, and it does. That's a break for Geneseo. They're going to get the football at the 35-yard line.
All right, that's PJ did a nice job. I think it's PJ over there. Did a really nice job letting that ball had enough momentum, and it just took itself out of bounds. So here we go. And no time ran off the clock.
Right, still got the same 2 minutes and 58 seconds to work with in this fourth quarter.
Geneseo has a 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard
Geneseo has moved the football against this Pioneer defense. Let's just get a touchdown. McConnell under center. Motion by Hofer. He'll get the call. Out to the 38-yard line. Now it's a matter of just working fast for the Geneseo offense. A little extracurricular activity after the play as Hofer was on the ground. Right. They're trying to rip the ball out when he's on the ground. We'll check the replay.
That time Kyle got in front of his pulling guard there and took on the guy that the guard's supposed to be blocking.
Hofer took kind of a push to the head.
At the end?
Yeah, that's what the coaching staff was upset with.
Uh-oh. 2nd
down and 7. 2:22 to play in the game. Clock is running. McConnell rolls left, looks, throws. Behind Mason Jones, to the wrong side of him. Incomplete, and now it's 3rd and 7 for Geneseo.
Right, we also got away with one there, too. We broke the huddle with 12 guys. They had a coach on the other sideline see it, but the official Whitehead didn't see it, so no call.
I don't know if we had 12 guys in there, or we had a guy running out after the huddle broke. All right.
Good spin.
3rd and 7. Geneseo needs to pick this up as they trail by 2, 15-13. 2:15 to play in the game. Passes out. It's caught by Beneke. He looks like he has the first down, and he does at the 46-yard line. Caught the pass, stepped out of bounds, and Geneseo doesn't have to use a timeout.
A couple weeks ago down to Galesburg, ran that play a couple times, and here came the hook and ladder. So I'm sure Alleman has seen that on film, and we'll see if that comes up here in the near future.
Football out to the 47-yard line. Clay DeBailey wide left, football on the right hash. DeBooth behind McConnell. Jones in motion. They'll give it to DeBooth up the middle. Fullback stood up after about a 1-yard run. A quick whistle by the official. They're not letting this continue like it did last night.
Right. I mean, well, I'm sure, like I've said before, last night, I'm pretty sure that's coached up. It's something they work on in practice by holding the guy up, and then the Sheets, number 5, coming in and stripping the ball.
Geneseo not choosing to use a timeout here. 1:40 to play. Clock moving. 2nd down and 8, almost near midfield. McConnell over the middle, incomplete. As McConnell gets hit after he releases the pass, intended out there for Van de Woestijn or Mason Jones. This one kind of floated away over both their heads.
Right. It's now you're sitting at 3rd and long, and you're in a must-pass position. Where you have to throw it downfield a little bit. If you got a trick up your sleeve or what, but you need to find. I guess you don't have to get it all now, but sure it'd be nice if we get the first down on this one.
Nathan Beneke wide to the left side, the wide side of the field. 3rd down 8. Geneseo at their own 49-yard line. They trail by 2 with 1:35 to play. McConnell rolls left, looking that way. He throws, and he's got Beneke open for a 1st down at the 39. I believe he went out of bounds. They're going to stop the clock to move the chains.
First down.
I don't know if they're going to wind it. I think they are.
Yeah, usually they give a winding, wind signal, and then stop the clock signal.
There we go.
There it is.
Clock is being wound.
We got to go. That's not out of bounds. We got to go.
I don't know, but we have 3 timeouts, not using one right now, but you're going to take about 20 seconds off this clock before you get the next play. They're up to the line quickly. 1:10. Ball at the 39 of Alleman. Geneseo down by 2. Hofer gets the toss. Going to the right. Hit at the 36 and brought back. And wow, there's more activity going on after the play's over with. Guys down, and Alleman's trying to take the ball from him. And now Geneseo's going to call their first timeout and stop the clock with 56 seconds.
Timeout. Geneseo, that's their first timeout.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have liked to seen Kyle get to the sidelines, get out of bounds, but, there's a lot of time. A lot of time went off the clock there.
Set the situation for you. Ball at the 37-yard line of Alleman. 56 seconds left. Geneseo's looking at a 2nd and 8 when they come back after this timeout. They have 2 timeouts left, and they trail by 2, 15-13, as Alleman scored a touchdown in this quarter, and then they went for 2 and it made that as well. So they put 8 points on the board to take the lead, their first lead of the game, 15-13.
All right, we're going to have to find at least 17 yards here to give ourselves an opportunity, an opportunity for a makeable field goal. So, right now you got to get at least one more 1st down. Be nice to get 2.
And 8 on the Pioneer 37-yard line with 56
See, he was
seconds.
in here for wide receivers. Beneke, I see he's on the sidelines. He's caught a couple key passes on this drive.
Looks like Vandy Woestein's the one of your tight ends still. And Brandon Wages up top.
Jones next to DeBooth in the backfield. Hofer on the wing to the left. On 2nd and 8, it's Mason Jones up the middle, out to the 30-yard line. Going to be about a yard short of the 1st down. Geneseo, what are they doing
Hope we got
here?
2 plays called or get a timeout.
44 seconds and clock moving. 3rd and 1. Now a timeout. Geneseo taking a timeout, and that'll stop the clock 38 seconds. 3rd and long 1 coming up for the Green Machine.
Right, got to find at least 10 more yards here now. That's definitely a makeable 3rd down play here. The clock, if you do get a 1st down here, the clock will stop. Then maybe come up and clock it, what we call lightning.
Ball at the 30-yard line. Geneseo with 1 timeout left, trailing by 2, 15-13. It's both teams 1-1, the Western Big Six. Geneseo looking for that 4th win. They're 3-1 overall. A lot riding on this game.
You betcha. You betcha. That's just one. You want to get this one. That gets you 1 closer to the required 5. 6 is an automatic. 6 automatically gets you in the playoffs. I know it's kind of early to talk about that, but these games count just as much as week 9 and week 8.
3rd down. It's a little more than a yard. Probably about a yard and a half on the right hash as Geneseo ready to run this play. They've got Van de Woestijn in at tight end and Beneke in at the wide receiver. Split ends and a go way out to the left hash. Whistle before the snap, and Alleman's going to take their first timeout. And they want to probably see the formation and talk about this one. Key play coming up for both teams.
Right, same formation we just ran the play before. So, I mean, that's either a pass or a run formation. My guess here, if I had to guess, is we're going to run the ball, try to get the 1st down, and then I would hope we'd run lightning on 1st down. Because the clock stoppage gives you time to get everybody set on the line of scrimmage, as opposed to when you run a normal play, clocks keep, is moving and everybody's scrambling. So we'll see. We'll see. Biggest thing is, though, at some point before that clock runs out, we got to get an opportunity for a field goal. We need about 10 yards for that.
Again, Logan Hansen, kicker for Geneseo, has made a field goal of 40 yards this year, so he does have the leg. The closer you get, the better the odds are.
Right. 38 seconds left, and clock's not our friend.
After the Alleman timeout, Geneseo and the Pioneers will line it up at the 30-yard line.
As far as Alleman's defense goes, you've got to play run, but you can't fall asleep on the pass. So you can't just bring everybody up to stop the run on third down.
Double tight wing on the right. That's Mason Jones. It's Hofer diving for the first down. He has it. Whistle's blown, and they'll stop the clock just for a moment.
Lightning, clock it.
Geneseo's going to get up. What are they doing here? Clock at 34 seconds. They're going to run a play. Ball at the 28. Ready to go at the line. Clock running down to 25 seconds. McConnell under center. Jones in motion. It's DeBooth. The handoff. DeBooth down to the 24 with 18 seconds.
I think that might be PJ in there now, fullback.
Clock running 10 seconds. Geneseo with one timeout. 5 seconds. I think they're going to be playing for the field goal. Timeout taken, 2 seconds left. So Geneseo kept this on the right hash for their field goal kicker, Logan Hansen.
Must be pretty confident with his range from 43 yards and in. So this is it. I mean, if you make it, you win. If you miss it, you lose. It comes down to one play.
Well, I have to kind of go back through the history of Alleman and Geneseo, but I'm sure there's been some games where it's come down to a field goal here and there.
Well, let me think. 1980, be about 85 over at Public School Stadium, 85 or 86. We had Barry Reed. It looked like he hit a field goal in overtime that would have won it, and I mean, it looked true blue down the middle, and it was called no good. But that one comes to mind. That was the first round of playoffs, and then Alleman ended up going and playing in the state championship game that year.
86, Geneseo won 6-3, lost in 88, 7-10. 84 won 9-7, so had to be some field goals in those games.
Yeah.
Here we go. Senior Logan Hansen. This will be about 41 yards. Jake McConnell, the holder. 15-13, you had to figure Alleman was going to do this, call a timeout. So they ice the kicker.
That's the second timeout of the half.
Yeah.
So stay loose, Logan, stay loose.
That's right. That's right. This will be one of those finishes everybody talks about for a while.
So this will be a 41-yard attempt. Again, we've got Logan's going to have a wind towards his back, which is going to help. And we hope this wind kind of guides it right between those yellow goalposts.
For a while there, it looked like a pitcher with a no-hitter. Logan was out there all by himself on the hash mark while all the rest of the team was on the sideline. But actually, he's out there with his coach, Cam, and just trying to calm him and just, hey, they're probably telling him just like an extra point, just a little longer. Kick it hard.
Well, it all comes down to this after being here last night for 5 hours. Resuming this game at 10 o'clock. This will decide it. Either be a 16-15 win for Geneseo or an Alleman 2-point victory.
Don't be surprised to see Alleman do that little shift thing and try to get us off sides, and push that ball back 5 yards. At least it wouldn't surprise me anyway. Nope,
Snap is down, and it is
no.
blocked at the line. A low kick. Alleman got their hands on it. It was just a low line drive to begin with, and the Pioneers win this one 15-13. So the Geneseo Green Machine down to 1-2 in the Western Big Six and 3-2 overall. Alleman wins their second straight. They go to 2-1 in the conference and now 2-3 overall.
So now it's one of those woulda, coulda, shoulda. You know, you can look at everything, but when it comes down to football games, I know people might point at that play, but there are 4 or 5 plays during a game that may be the play that turns the game, and tonight and this morning, I would say just about every single one of those went against the Leafs. You know, when we put the ball on the ground inside the 15 twice, and we jump when it's 3rd and inches to put us at 3rd and 6, and so you never know. You got to play every play like that's the one that's going to make or decide the outcome of the ball game. It's not just this missed field goal here. There's a lot of things that added up through this game.
Disappointing loss for the Geneseo Green Machine. They are on the road next week at Quincy, and that's where we'll catch up with you next week. Pat, thanks for coming back this morning. I appreciate the help with the game and the broadcast. We want to also thank Bob Pettit for his help. Rest of the crew here, Kim Kennett at the WGRG studio, our statisticians Willis Andel and Parker Prohaska, technical coordinator Keith Kennett. I'm Lauren Lemke for all of us here at TV 50. It's Alleman beating Geneseo 15-13. We'll see you next week from Quincy.